Hey guys, Crystal here from Elite Hair Care USA. So today we are doing a retouch on my client here's roots. She got this color done May. So we are now in August. So we're going to retouch her roots. We're also going to give her a deep moisturizing treatment. Her hair kind of feels a little dehydrated. So that's definitely going to be a part of the service today. So you guys stay tuned. Hey guys, so we started out by doing the retouch color on her hair, roots, should I say. Now remember, she does have a lighter color, so this does require lightening, or some of you might use the term bleaching. But of course, you want to make sure that this service is done by a professional because you don't typically want to overlap on the already processed hair. Lightener expands all on its own. It does contain peroxide, and as you guys know, peroxide bubbles and expands. So it's the same thing when it comes on to bleaching, or I use the proper term, which is lightener. Okay, so we go in very small sections. I apply the lightener to her hair, allow it to process. Now, sometimes this process can require more than one lift, and by me saying more than one lift, meaning I'd have to rinse it out and redo the process again. But the good thing is she does not have a very high lift color, so that is really not going to be required for her hair. Now, had she had a blonde or anything near the blonde family, we probably may have had to do it twice. So now that she is completely lifted, I went ahead and deposited the color on her root area and also extended the color through her hair that was already colored before to refresh that area. And now we're going to do her trim. So let's talk about trim schedule, you guys. Because she does get a color service, she will get a trim at every retouch. Okay, she will get a trim on every retouch. Reason being is split ends are split ends. It does not discriminate whether she is color treated, natural, relaxed. It all is exactly the same. Now for her hair care regimen, she is actually going to treat her hair as if she was relaxed. That's number one, like a high porosity head. And then she's also going to treat her hair as if she wasn't relaxed and she is fully low porosity. So that means that she needs to do an equal balance of moisture and strength. Why? Because color is a chemical service. It is what we call a luxury service as well. It does require a little more maintenance than it would if she was a virgin with no hair color. So for her, she's going to do the moisture collection, and then she's also going to sometimes do the strengthening collection, where she can alternate either the hair repair and restore, or she can use the Empress collection, which is the Amina, Nandi, and Makita. Now let's talk about her hair color. If you guys notice, her roots were a slight bit warmer than the ends of her hair because my goal is to get her a little bit higher in the color level, which is where she wanted to be at the beginning. So I started at the root level to kind of counteract the fact that we were so dark before. And then as time goes on, I can lift her slowly and get her up to a higher level. So I didn't want to go through and lift her ends right away. As you guys could tell, her ends were not as nourished as they should have been. So I started at the root level, which kind of gave her like an ombre effect, which really worked out. But at the same time, you do still want to make sure that your graduation into each color is nice and I was going to say solid, but solid is not the word, but you want it to melt really, really well. So this actually worked out in her favor because it's giving her the look of like a color melt / ombre effect. But the long run, my goal is to get her all the way lifted and high enough in a healthy state that all of her hair will be kind of the root color. Now for the trim, you want to make sure that you are getting your trim done every quarter. So we follow the financial calendar when we do our trim schedule for natural hair, which is typically every 12 to 16 weeks or once every quarter. Okay, so that's the same schedule no matter if she's color treated or not. She's natural, so she's still going to follow that schedule. Now I also want you guys to notate the fact that her hair is super shiny. Her hair has a lot of luster, which is a better word to it. It looks fully intact even though she's color treated. I hate to see color treated hair that has a severely dull finish. That means that the stylist didn't really take a lot of care in using quality products on the client's hair. And some colors leave the hair more ashy and more dry
than others. So the line that I use, I really, really love that line. It does leave the hair looking very, very shiny. It leaves it looking a lot healthier than before. And that's really what you're going for. You don't want to do a color service and your hair just looks lackluster and dead. Very important. So at home, she's going to want to make sure that she's using sulfate-free shampoos on her hair. Remember, this is a color service, and even though it is a permanent color, that does not mean that the color cannot be stripped or the life of the color cannot be lessened. So it's definitely important to use sulfate-free products. It's definitely important to rinse with cool water at the end of the conditioning phase. It's also very important to ensure that you're moisturizing your hair on a regular basis. So what I would definitely tell her is to ensure that she's using some frizz tamer, which she really does. My client comes to me for all of her maintenance for her hair, so I know that she does as best she possibly can. But you want to also just ensure that you are not just allowing your hair to just do whatever whenever you have a color service. And that's probably one of the most important parts, because as I say, a color service is a luxury service, and it does require you to treat it as you would treat your Mercedes, your Rolls Royce, your Beamer. You're going to treat your hair the exact same way, because this is the Mercedes of hair color. Okay. All right, so what I'm doing right now is just pin curling her, or curling and pin curling her. I'm doing it in large sections because she has already been silk pressed. I don't need to do a lot of small sections. And then I'm also using the titanium iron that I used to silk her to go ahead and curl her. This is not going to do any damage, you guys. It's not going to hurt her because I am adjusting the amount of hair that I am silking or curling all at the same time. So moderation is definitely required. A lot of stylists, they just try to they think that every tool is exactly the same. Every tool is not the same. Every tool is not used for the same purpose. It's not used for the same client. And then if you notice, I did not spray a lot of product on her hair. I barely put any product on her hair because I know that I'm dealing with color, and her hair has gone through a lot today for us to be able to even get to this point. Color, like I said, it's an extensive service. So you do want to make sure that you are trying to be as minimal as possible with every action that you take with the hair. Now, in the meantime of me curling her, let's talk a little bit about what she's going to be doing at home. If she's wearing her hair in its natural state, she definitely wants to make sure that she is applying a little bit of leave-in conditioner to her hair and not allowing her hair to dry out or get dehydrated. After the leave-in conditioner is applied, which you can use either the Moist Repair or the Hydra Strength, she'll follow that up with a little bit of Frizz Tamer and Shine Serum, which is going to help to seal the deal and apply a little bit of silicone coverage. And that's going to help protect her from the elements, number one, but it's also going to protect her color to give her a little bit more life in regards to the fact that she's a copper/red. Also, I forgot to tell you guys, pro tip, reds and coppers fade first. They are one of the most fragile colors. They are the ones that fade the fastest. And usually when they fade, the hair goes to either a coppery or a yellow copper, or even just a more golden color. And then you can retouch that color with more copper or more red. Okay, so people get the term permanent color misinterpreted because you think that your hair is going to be this color forever, when really it just means that you're using peroxide or a developer for this color that is basically oxidizing the color. So this is what we call an oxidized color. You guys just learned a new term. Okay. All right, so I'm going to let you guys watch the finish of this part, and then we'll come back and talk about the end result. Okay, so now that she's been finished curling, I just went ahead and removed those clips. This is just going to help to keep our curls in a nice body shape. This is something you can also do at home. And then I'm just using a wide tooth comb just to kind of comb through her hair and give her that nice feather effect. Now, you guys comment down below. Tell me what you guys think about the finished product. Tell me what you guys thought about her color, her cut, all of that good stuff down in the comments. I know some people like copper, some people don't, but her hair came off fabulous. And you guys, just look at the movement. Look at the movement of this hair. That's good color. Thanks, guys, for watching. I hope to see you guys in the next video. Peace.